Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. Finally coming back with a general reading for Wednesday, February 21st, 2018. That's a bad shuffle. The videos, I haven't been putting up a lot of, I haven't been posting a lot of content lately. I did write a post about that on my site, but I've mostly just been dealing with a lot of moving parts from the results of the last couple of eclipses. It's kind of knocked some shit over in my own life. So, I mean, as I said in my post, like my priority right now is just doing the things that I know I would like to create as it relates to tarot, to writing tarot. But that's been my focus, and also just preserving my energy so that whenever a client comes along, I can take care of their I can take care of the requests ASAP, because that's always my priority is making sure that my clients are in order first and foremost. So with that said, let's get to the spread for Wednesday, February 21st. So we're starting things off. We've got the Chariot, we've got Motion, we've got the Lovers. Ooh, okay, so we've got the Nine of Wands. So this is like our physical energy. This is kind of like the movement we're dealing with in our own day to day. So we got the Nine of Wands, we got the Chariot, and we've got the Lovers. This is really fixing. This is really setting itself up to be a significant day in terms of energy moving. And we've also got this Eight of Swords. Hmm. Yeah, okay, and then we've also the energy, we started the day off with this Eight of Swords reverse energy, and as the day goes on, we're kind of transitioning to the Six of Swords, and we're using the King of Cups energy to do it. This is kind of like the state of the energy today. So if you're trying to get a little more, if you're trying to make a little more sense behind the actions here, this is kind of like the energy that's guiding it. So I'll start with the guiding energy for today. So we've got the Eight of Swords reversed, and what I'm getting with that is I'm kind of getting like a forced surrender here, because the Eight of Swords is about surrender. It's kind of in its way. It's kind of like about letting your faith guide you instead of letting uncertainty cloud your judgment. So there's a because like in pretty much in every Eight of Swords you can see the woman here is blindfolded, and so the blindfold kind of comes off as an unwillingness to see things for what they are, because again this Eight of Swords is about surrender. But what I'm getting in the reverse form is that the option to surrender is no longer an option. And it feels like the veil has been ripped off for a lot of you lately, and it's kind of got you guys facing some unpleasant things, and that's kind of natural when it comes to the climate we're in right now, because again we did just have two eclipses in, I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks apart. Uh, so moving on from that Eight of Swords energy, what's we're kind of moving from that to the Six of Swords energy, and that's a lot more promising, because the Six of Swords energy is leaving behind all the tumultuous stuff, all the chaos, all the bullshit, and just moving on to more peaceful times. So I like this energy that's gonna settle in throughout the day. So through the King of Cups energy is really what's guiding this transition. So the King of Cups is about mastering your emotions. So it's with the kind of like the blueprint for the day is like there's going to be a lot of got these jarring revelations that really come and throw you for a loop for a while. But given it time, you're gonna it's going to be your emotional energy, getting all of that together, getting your emotions under control, which is very always important because you remember you create your emotions. Your emotions don't create you. And then moving on to leaving all the chaos behind for more peaceful times. So what's going on in the physical? I really do. The energy here is really promising. I think the Nine of Wands. What I'm getting from this Nine of Wands is that a lot of people have kind of like more like a very rough or disjointed morning. A lot of people kind of struggle to get the day going today, and just kind of like trying to push forward. And for those of you, if you kept your day going, you kept at it, you've been rewarded. Instead of fighting and scrapping to get ahead, you've got the Chariot here, and you're going from trying to just trying to get ahead, just trying to not even get ahead, but just trying to get to your feet here, to to the Chariot. You're in control. So if you're this because this video is going up in the afternoon. So at this point of the time as it goes up, you should kind of just check in with yourself and make sure you know that the morning is over, that the struggles for the day are over, and that you are in control. Because that's what's coming up with the Chariot. This is these three cards are kind of presenting themselves as morning, noon, and evening, which I wasn't expecting, but that's what's coming up. The So the Chariot. So you want to spend like this afternoon, the rest of the day. The rest of your work day, the rest of your day. You really want to try and get this. You need to realize that you are in control of where you want to go. That's kind of the pressing need here. There's a need to there's a major need to realize. So a lot of people are because again we have the eclipse, we recently had the solar eclipse, and with that a lot of people want to try and manifest something new. There's a lot of asking, a lot of seeking, a lot of trying to manifest, and people people don't perceive any movement, and that's because the need is to realize. You have to realize first that you are in control. That's that's what gets everything going. So moving on into later into the evening, into the night, we've got the Lovers, and the Lovers is presenting itself in two different ways. We got the romantic meaning, which is a lot of just communication, union with a soulmate, with a heavy love interest, with someone you you have deep romantic feelings for. This is not anything to be taken lightly. This is more like serious relationship stuff here. This Lovers card. Um, what else I'm getting from it is that this evening is going to be a very good time to nurture yourselves. So to pull away from things and focus on loving on yourself. That's another message that's coming from the Lovers. Focus on loving on yourself because again, the prevailing message for today is just of realization. You've got to realize, because the power is in that. You can have all the information you want, you can have all the desires, you can lay all the groundwork, but if you don't realize what's going on before you, you're losing the race. So what else is coming up from the Lovers is, of course, it's the Lovers. It's about intense love. It's about a soulmate connection, about a twin flame connection. Um, the energy really is just like in the physical. It's gonna be more of a loving energy. Um, you know, the day it's been a rough day. A lot of us are going to want to be loved on. So that's kind of that's one feeling I'm getting from the lovers. Another thing I'm getting is I'm getting communication from a soulmate. I'm getting communication from a lover, a serious, prospective lover. I'm getting some reconnection. Some people are trying to reconnect. So what's coming with what I'm getting all this from is not only the lovers but the King of Cups, because the King of Cups is the energy guiding this transition year, but it's also kind of presiding over the day in a way, because it's this is the King of Cups is how we're dictate is how the energy, the movement of energy is being dictated. So we get the King of Cups energy here. Um, yeah, so the King of Cups with the lovers, we've got a king looking for his queen. So we've got the king looking for the Queen of Cups. We've got we've got the message to love on yourself, because again the cups are about emotion. It's about your feeling. It's about honoring your feeling, honoring your intuition. So about following your instincts, and again always being kind to yourself. When it comes to love, whenever love comes up in the tarot, you always have to you've always got to remember that it's about you can't have love around you if you don't have love within you. Everything you build around you starts within you first. So when you see the lovers, when you see the King of Cups, when you see the Page of Cups, or even the Ace of Cups, you really one of the things you always want to consider is self love. Am I loving myself? Am I forgiving myself? Am I nurturing towards myself? Do I do nice things for myself just because I'm me? So I'm just gonna do pull a little numerology card. I want to get a little clarity. Up. Yeah, we've got compassion. That's the yeah. So that's a message. That's a message to carry throughout the day. Compassion, and not just in the energy moving, but in how you govern yourself too. Uh, the Again, it goes back to: are you loving yourself? Are you loving on yourself? Are you being loving towards yourself? Uh, is it second nature to you? But overall, the energy here again. It's really there's a lot of movement going on today. There's a lot of movement. We've got 99 for compassion. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got triple nines. We've got completion. So cycles are things are starting to close out today. It's a busy day today. The energy is very busy today. There's a lot of closing things out. I didn't see any tens, which is interesting, because the tens are also completion and kind of like moving into the next stage. But if I'm not mistaken, there's also going to be a portal tomorrow. So this Wednesday is kind of like kicking off conclusions. Things are starting to end. Again, as I mentioned earlier, a lot of you, this Eight of Swords reversed, a veil has been lifted in your lives. You're being forced to see something for what it is, and that may or may not have you in a bit of a tizzy. But overall, again, there's really I'm feeling a lot of energy moving around today, because even at the and it's all really centered around you have to realize what's going on around you. You have to realize yourself. You have to empower yourself, and nothing's more fitting than the card that's on the bottom of the deck, which is Strength reversed. I don't know if you see it clearly. Strength reverse comes up at the bottom of the deck, and it's kind of saying the same thing, because strength is all about recognizing your inner power, recognizing your own capability. That's that's the need for today. That's the need. You have to find your own strength through your compassion towards yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be forgiving towards yourself. Actively forgive yourself for things. Actively be patient towards yourself. Don't do the shit passively. This is all about making active efforts towards bettering yourself. This energy in the physical, there's no swords, there's no cups, there's no pentacles. It's just wands. It's wand energy. It's fire. It's movement. So being active in everything you do. Don't do anything passively. Today's the day to be active. And I believe, depending on where you are, the weather is outstanding. So if you can get outside, do that. But yeah, overall, again, it's about just recognizing things, realizing things. This Eight of Swords reverse energy. It really feels like that stirs some shit up for you guys, and it's kind of got you like all helter skelter. You're trying to figure out which way is up. It starts with you allowing yourself to see which way's up. Okay, everyone. So that is the reading I have for today. You have a great day, and see you soon. Bye.